Mm,
There you go.
okay. Makes me say okay. All right. We're on step 3. So we've designed our shirt, cut our shirt, we put our stitches in our shirt, and we've started crocheting our shirt. So we've hopefully done both sides. Now I did one whole shirt. It's already gone. It's in the house, so I didn't bring it out. So I'm on my second shirt, and I've got one side done and a half a side done with the straight stitch across the sides so that I can crochet into that stitch. So I've got that far. But now we're going to learn today a couple of things about how to put it together, and then how to proceed with the sleeve so we can move on to
Okay.
that step. Okay. All right. A couple of things that you need to know. All right. So I decided first, okay, here's my pattern.
Oh, I like it.
Look at that. And there's my alligator. He's green, and there's his teeth that's white. So my
I
seam that I'm going to put up the middle is going to be white because I want that to be consistent. But so it'll look like this when it's all done. Okay. So you can do it any old way you want. And I'm going to show you this other shirt as example because it's already completed. This shirt I did with a slip stitch, and I do a zigzag slip stitch. I do every other one going up. I don't do both sides at the same time slip stitch and make it flat on top. I like the zigzag. I just like the way that it looks and it stands out a little bit. And especially since I was using this sparkly yarn, I wanted a nice long seam right there. So,
Can
well,
you can you put that closer to the camera for a minute so I can see it?
see my zigzag seam there?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Let me see what my other one looks like. No, I use the same color on that so it doesn't stand out as much. But I use this that join method, and I'll show you at class. I'll bring something else that I've done because
Okay.
I just feel like my stuff that I'm doing, I like the way that I can make it. If it's going this way or just straight up, I can get a much straighter line.
Okay.
It doesn't add any 3D or height to the pattern. There's no stretch or pull when I use that stitch. Also, with a slip stitch, is if you're off by any means and you need to pick up 1 or 2 stitches, you can do the one side twice. Do this side and grab one from here and then go up and grab the next one and make it even again because you want to see how my squares are matched. See how
Hmm.
those two match, they're right in line. So
Right.
that's your goal, to do that so that your shirt looks more professional or uniform, you know.
Okay.
You want to wear your shirt out in the wild, and you're only going to be brave enough to wear your shirt out in the wild if it looks really good. If it looks crappy or you have any faux pas in your head, you're going to feel like, I can't wear that shirt out because, it's not perfect. So, but we're going to make it perfect. I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay,
Okay.
so while you were showing them about the teeth and stuff in the design that you were working, I was trying to get the screen set up. So can you show that again?
Absolutely. All right. Now this is the same. All right. First, you got to really see this color though.
Right.
All right. See the color on the alligator.
Yeah.
How he's got blue out here. Now there's another row of blue here, but I didn't want that much blue, so I went blue on the outside, orange, green, and then his teeth. So
Okay.
so that's what I did here.
Okay.
So I went with white to match my t-shirt because I didn't want anything to look like a bleed or a pull. It kind of brings it more, the t-shirt jumps right into the crochet. It's not an obvious stitch. And
Got
then
it.
I did the blue, the orange, there's the green, and then there's the white for his teeth.
Good.
So there we go.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So we're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to figure out how we want to do our sleeve. Okay. So you need one of these flexible tape measures. Okay, unless
Okay.
you are really a genius and you know how big your sleeve's going to be. But this is to save you a little bit of work. And you want to measure basically kind of right here. I went up just up a little bit because I want to measure on my shoulder through my armpit. So you just lay it up there, grab it. I bring the end because I want to see what I'm doing. So I bring it up here and then I'm going to go like this, line it up, and I'm going to measure. Okay. I can't even see it because my eyeball, you know, when you're old, you can't turn your head that far, but I'm going to do it with my fingers. Oh, you can look in a mirror, but there's no, I'm just sitting in my desk. So I'm just going to put my finger on where the end is, bring it around. Okay. And it's between 19 and 20. I think 19 is a good size for me.
Okay.
Now, I am going to look at my shirt that I've done before because obviously that's an excellent reference. So if you have a shirt that you think is not necessarily t-shirt because you want it to be a little bit more flowy than that, and check the sleeve size for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure. And so let's say I like 18. I'm not going to do 19. I'm going to do 18. So you're going to do so you're going to find 8 inches because that's half. All right.
9 inches.
9. You're right. 9 inches. Thank you.
You're
9
welcome.
inches. You're going to lay your shirt down flat. Okay. Straighten it out. Now, this to me is important because I want the end seam to be exactly correct. Okay. I don't care that much about the armpit seam because we don't care where it ends up in your armpit. Nobody's going to see it anyways. So when you get to the bottom, you're lining it up. Put a stitch marker in there. You want a stitch marker so that it keeps that together and lined up because nobody wants a crooked seam at the bottom of their shirt. Then you're going to call me and say, that shirt looks like crap. And I'm going to say, I know it does. I wouldn't wear that shirt either. So all your work will be wasted. So make sure that's important. Then you lay it down flat. Get it as flat as you can. Spread it out. Go to the top of your shoulder. Okay. And you're going to measure down the number that you want. And it's 9. Can you believe it? I already have a stitch marker there at 9. All right. Who knew, right? Okay, so now you have your stitch marker in there at 9. So that represents the hole for your arm. Okay, that's your sleeve. All right. So we're going to start at the bottom. If you start up here, you're going to get lost. You need to start at the bottom. I'm just telling you that's where to start. So start at the bottom. Now, these are all my strings from before. I don't like my stuff to come unraveled, so I leave my long strings there until I'm ready to either weave them in or crochet over them. And I never weave in too early because if I have to pull it out and you've weaved in your ends, it's not good. It's a lot of work. And again, I'm the laziest crocheter in town, but I might get a lot of crap done. So, all right. So once you've done that, you see how I laid my shirt down like this?
Yeah.
Can you see it? All right. You're going to lay your shirt down where the two sides meet, facing each other, and you're going to make a decision. How do you want to sew this together? Kathy, what do you think you're going to use to sew yours? A slip stitch, a single crochet?
I have not really thought about it.
Okay. Because, like I said, there's a million ways. I'm going to show you my way.
Okay.
Because I think my way is the best.
Okay.
And Natalie, you can chime in here if you got a different way to connect these two. But I do believe that mine is going to keep it flat and it's going to have the ability to make adjustments as you're going and working towards your other stitch marker at the top in your armpit. Again, I'm using white because I don't want this particular seam to stand out like the other one. But if your design says throw orange in there, I don't care what color you use. All right. Now you're just going to attach your yarn. However, your method of attaching, and I do describe several ways. We have done attaching yarn 3 or 4 ways in class. I just pull a loop through. I don't make a big knot because, again, I'm prepared for a mistake. I don't assume I'm going to make one, but if I do, I'm pulling one string and my yarn's going to be in my hand. I won't have to cut or damage my computer. I got to stop knocking on the desk. I keep knocking over the camera, and then all they could see is black. Okay, there we go. All right. So what I do is I got my loop on one side, and then I'm going to go over to the other side. Now your working yarn is going to be at the top. I'm going to go in this top of this double crochet over here. I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to pull it through my loop that I just made. Now, I always go, that first loop's loose, so I got to pull it tight, pull the non-working yarn. All right, so now I'm on the left side. To get on the right side, I'm going to go to the next double crochet. I'm going to stick it in there, grab it from the bottom because it's coming up through there. Now, the back of my project is going to look like, here, I'll show you. It's going to look like a bunch of X's. It's a little bit different. It looks kind of like this. That's the back, because you're just going back and forth. So I don't do 2 stitches on one side or pull both sides at the same time. That's what happens when some people do it, but I that's not my preferred method. So I pull it through, go to the other side, find the next double crochet, and pull it through both loops. Go to the other side, put it in the top of that double crochet, and pull it through. And I just go like that, and it goes pretty fast. The easiest way, like I said, is to lay it down on the table and then work it up this way. You don't have to put it on your lap, or don't work it sideways, because you're working it almost like a chain stitch. So you just chain right up the whole side. All right. So let's pretend that Paula did all that. I'm gonna pretend. Here's me faking the. Okay, slip stitch all the way up here. All right. Now you got to your corner. Now, again, here's my efficiency in my crochet. When I get here, I am going to take that string, and I'm going to start right away on my sleeve. So hopefully the color that you pick to go from here to there is the next row in your sleeve. And mine is, because I planned really well. I'm going to do white sleeves to about this length, and I'm going to put 2 orange stripes in mine. So, because it's my jersey. So what you do when you get right here, all you're going to do is, and again, you all know me, I like my outside stitches. I like the front pretty. So when I get to the end here, I'm going to go on the outside, of course, because that's the only way you can crochet. Otherwise, you'd be crocheting backwards. But I'm going to start crocheting in that very first space, go all the way around, join, go back around, because this is not like in the round. You do have to do a chain 2 and go up every time. That's not, you can't do it like an amigurumi like I do in class. But you're going to go around and around and around. This shirt took, well, where's the sleeve? I only had to go around 1 extra time. And actually, this sleeve, I did a different pattern. Instead of doing a granny stitch, I did a double crochet.
Okay.
Because you can. Now that you have the tops of your granny stitch here, you can put whatever stitch you want in the top.
Okay.
I went with a double crochet because I was just feeling double crochet that day. So you double crochet, and then I came back around and I did a simplified or a small shell stitch. One that doesn't have any ruffle. It just has up and down, up and down.
So show me the side of that shirt. Okay, so your burgundy was your last one.
Yep.
Sides, and your burgundy was the last. Okay, on the shoulder. Got it.
Yeah, and because I went with the silver up here, I just started my sleeve with the silver. So I didn't have to change color again. So I just went around and around. But I mean, I could have made a burgundy sleeve. Now this is real important. After you've got that side seamed up and you've got this side pinned with your slip stitches, I mean with your stitch markers, you're going to have to put the shirt on as much as you don't want to, or you can tape measure. But I really think putting it on, putting it over your head, adjusting it on your breast, doing the whole thing, and then looking at it and seeing where the actual, how far the sleeves come down. Because this one I went a little shorter with it because it's long. I didn't need to have long sleeves. I might do it's probably going to be a 3/4 sleeve on this jersey because it's winter when you put on your football jersey. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but it's Florida, but I don't want a long sleeve, so it'll be more of a longer sleeve. So, but you put it on because you want to see where it ends, okay?
Got it.
Because part of what you have crocheted for your sides is going to turn into part of your sleeve, all right? And you've seen, look at the pictures of me in my shirt. This will
Yeah.
be part sleeve and this will be like a cuff of your sleeve. So,
Okay.
but try it on, try it on, try it on, try it on. Very, very important. So there, once you worked up, you did your sleeve, round, around, around. Now, the next thing you got to think about is how you want to do your bottom. Okay.
Okay.
Because now you have, here's all my tails, all my strings hanging out. And to me, I'm not a rough edge girl. I don't like rough edges. Even after I crochet and weave in my ends, which I think I do a reasonable job at, after I weave in my ends, I still don't like to see, because here's your cluster, and then there's your one and your cluster and your one and your cluster one. I like to bring that all together.
Okay.
And this shirt turned out all even, but not all of my work turns out even. Sometimes it's lumpy or it goes up and down, and I want to make it straight across.
Got it.
So I think at the minimum you need 2 rows of single crochet. The first row is to just to add the element and to pick up where it's dented, and then the next one kind of gives it the little, puts it where it needs to be, because it's clothing. It's not a blanket, it's not a pillow, it's not a, an accessory. It's you're going to wear it, so you want it to have that little extra.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can do this too. These are all designs you have to come up with. After I did my first row of single crochets to straighten everything out, to make it all nice and even, I said, well, that's not enough for me. I want some more. Because, you've met me, right? I just wanted more. So I stopped after I did my first row of single crochets right here. I went and put in all the stupid little holes, and look how tiny I made those ones.
Very nice.
I know. I don't know why, but I did. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot explain. So I did that. And so since I already was single crocheting, I decided I'm just going to put another row of single crochets, and I single crocheted all the way around my shirt.
Okay.
And because it's a running stitch, it has a little flexibility. Okay. See how it still has stretch? It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do like a chain stitch where it's going to be tight, or, sometimes you make a top and the first row is a chain stitch, and it's like, I can't get it on, that happens. And then I decided that I would do the shell stitch to follow up so it matched that side. That's what makes the shirt looks fabulous, is because, you color coordinate like your shirt. It's gorgeous because your colors, it makes that crochet just looks like it belonged, because the colors were right. It just was. It matched. Yours matched very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to decide about pockets. You might
Okay.
not have enough yarn of your color unless you buy some more, but you can always pick a contrasting color, like
Yeah.
maybe a color that's the exact same color of your shirt. That would be even pretty too, because it will never be exact, because cotton
Yeah.
and acrylic aren't the same, but it'll be just enough contrast where it'll pop. So you could do that. And then you just pick a granny square. Now, we've made a million different granny squares. We make granny squares with flowers in the middle, butterflies, whatever. You just pick whatever granny square you want. If you want to continue with the same granny square pattern, because that's what you did over here, no problem. Just one thing to keep. Make sure the granny square is big enough for your hand. Try that granny square on your hand. If you make a 4 round, which is kind of a common 3 round, 4 round, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I mostly make for my hand,
Okay.
with a 5 millimeter hook. You want to make sure your hand fits in it, because if it's too small, you're going to be like, that shirt doesn't fit because I can't put my hand in the pocket.
Okay.
And believe it or not, because there are pockets on my shirt, I put my hands in my pocket. I don't put my
Okay.
hands in my pocket any other time, but because they're there, I do. So,
Okay.
and then after I made it, I made the square separate. Over here, I made the square, and then I just sewed it on. Just like with a running stitch, just like we did all the others, just like
Okay.
that. Okay, there it is right there. Do-do-do. Remember, it's t-shirt. It puckers a little bit. Don't worry about that because the weight of the shirt, when you put it on, it disappears. So don't
Okay.
go, oh, it's got a pucker. It won't stay there. I promise. Because our goal is to wear our shirts in the wild. Okay. We have events you need to wear your crochet to. We're going to have a yarn exchange. You can wear it to. We're going to have National Crochet Day and we're going to have International Crochet Day. There's 3 opportunities to wear your crochet shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. In the wild. You know what that means, right? In the wild. Outside of the comfort of your home.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people I see 2 kinds of crocheters. Some that wear everything crochet, their purse is crochet, their sweater's crochet, they're wearing a hat, they're wearing a belt, they're wearing everything crochet. And then there's the other kind that wear nothing. You make all this crochet clothes. Uh-huh. How come you're not wearing anything? Uh-uh. But it's just a matter of the first time you do it, everybody, I have not worn my crochet shirt and not have somebody say something to me all the
Okay.
time. And it's positive. Love your shirt. Where'd you get your shirt? Did you make
Yep.
that shirt? I love the colors of your shirt. So somebody always says something. And my daughter-in-law, I made a shirt, a cardigan, and the theme was honeybee. So it was grays and yellows. I didn't use a lot of black because I didn't want it to be stark with the whites and the yellows, and it's really pretty, and it has honeybees on it. Um, and she didn't have a jacket. She came from Taiwan. They don't need a jacket. It's a tropical island. So I said, "Here, you can have my sweater." And she said every single time she wears that cardigan anywhere, she gets a minimum of 1 to 2 stops that somebody says, "Oh, I love your cardigan. That's beautiful. Where'd you get did you make that cardigan?" She says, so she prepares herself because she has poor English. She gets a little nervous in having conversation, but it gives her opportunity to say something to other people just by saying, "No, my mother-in-law made it." And then people, "Oh, I love it. It's beautiful." So wear your stuff.
Okay.
So that's my lesson of the day. All right. Ask me some more questions. Couple more minutes. What you want to ask?
I'm doing okay. I don't think I have any questions.
No questions.
No.
Linda? Yeah.
Natalie, I did get I think it was you, Natalie, that sent me the stars pattern from the blanket. Or was it you, Paula?
I didn't
It was
send it.
me.
Yeah,
It was
I was
you.
going to say it must have been Natalie.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What are you making with said stars?
Well, there was a thought that I had
Oh,
about pockets and putting the stars on the pockets,
awesome.
but not necessarily on the 2 shirts that I'm going to work on.
Okay.
It was another project. Maybe you had talked about something else. Sweater.
Yes. We're
It was
gonna make a we're
sweater.
gonna make a summer cardigan. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was for.
That would be excellent.
Yeah,
I thought about doing that too because I was thinking about one of my cardigans having a beach theme, and I was gonna make my star with little rounded edges so he could be a starfish
right. Good idea.
instead of pointed, and then maybe give him a smile and some eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go a little extra. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Natalie, you're famous with your flag. Do you know that? Everybody's watching your flag video. I have it on all my platforms and it's getting rave reviews.
Oh, you did a
Yay.
fabulous job.
Yeah, when I look at it says, activity and I go to see what everybody's watched, it's all Natalie's flag. Just I can see it all just blue 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 what because the screenshot is you holding us all holding it up. And so that's the whole
Yay.
little tiny picture going down the side, your flag. I was like, oh my God, flag, flag, flag. But that's all right. It seems like when I post y'all's work or y'all talking or you guys doing something, y'all get all the views. All the views are you guys, not me. So y'all are doing something right.
Well, you do stuff right too, and maybe post yourself again with the lemonade and strawberry. Uh,
Yeah, and I think you're right. When I make videos and I post them, I don't actually talk as much as I normally would have, and people like more when I'm in the videos rather than just show my stuff.
okay.
So, I let Natalie tell her story, and everybody's like, "Oh, how sweet! That's great." Yeah, I love that. And you had somebody ask for the pattern. Yeah, and thank you for responding to that, Miss Natalie. I didn't know you were on
Yeah,
there, and I
no
said, "Hey,
problem.
Natalie replied to that." So that was nice. What are you making, Miss Natalie?
I'm debating between a couple different yarns because I'm trying to pick what yarn I use for the vest.
Oh,
And then
yes.
I have another shrug that I'm going to make for a concert.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're like very similar. Like this one's a cotton and linen
Oh, nice.
color. But then I also have some old Joanne's Big Twist yarn,
Wow. Okay.
which is cotton and acrylic, but it's also like a very summertime
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
color. Yeah.
Yes. I just did a video on that on variegated color changes
Mm-hmm.
because we had a couple of people at class. Jeanette, she said, "Isn't this beautiful yarn?" She says, I bought it because I liked all the colors, but her project was small and it never changed the color on her. She was all one color. She said,
Uh,
when is it going to change colors? I said, honey, it's not going to change colors. Your stitches are small, your project's small. That's like a
a
blanket or,
blanket. Yeah.
something large or a top, where it goes long and around. She said,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, I'll make another one. It'll be the next color. Yeah, so I have to teach people about how quick color changes are to, adjust your project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or to choose a specific yarn for your project. Yeah.
Well,
Decide the project.
like yours is variegated yarn, and you
Right.
have color changes, but your color changes are very tiny and minute. So
Mm-hmm.
where your pinks are at, you could never plan or say that your pinks were going to be a row or anything. They're just
Yeah.
going to be sporadic throughout. That's a true variegated yarn.
Uh-huh.
But yarn that has the color changes in it, here, I'll give you an example. This is one that I talked about today
Oh,
because like the yellow just showed us, Natalie, it's one color for about 6 times it goes around her ball. And then the next color is about 6 or 7 times, maybe a little bit more. So it's going to be long rows. Okay. So she might get a whole row like the front of a shirt or something, even all the way around with hers. But see how quick these color changes are? There's a yellow, there's a blue, and then all of a sudden it's yellow again. You're probably going to get 2 double crochets, maybe 3 double crochets out of that yarn before it changes color again. So it's going to be a very, very colorful project. So I had to make a video so Jeanette can learn how to pick a yarn for her color. I didn't think about people not recognizing that was going to happen.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the one yarn I has is it's a quick change. So it's
yeah.
like it literally goes from
Oh,
like
there you go.
red to orange to green to
Oh,
yellow all within
absolutely.
like
So that is quick change. That
6
that was the
months.
first yarn. The first yarn, not the twist, right?
No, yeah, it's Maggie Knits.
Maggie knits. I've seen that. Is that
Yeah,
cotton?
it's 52% cotton, 48% linen.
Hmm.
Oh,
I got a ton of it at the thrift store.
Did
that's
you
what. You know
really?
what? I was going to ask you if it was old yarn, and I did not want to insult you because
Yep.
I'm wicked with old yarn. For some reason, I can tell. I just think about it, and for some reason, I was going to ask you if that was old yarn. But how does it feel?
It's a little bit rougher, so it definitely feels more um cottony,
Right?
but
Right?
it's definitely a little stiff to work with, but I'm hoping if I steam it out, it'll just drape really nice.
Oh, yeah. When the first time I steamed Red Heart, my jaw just dropped I was like, that is the
Yeah.
same freaking yarn. Yeah, I was like, no, it's not. And it was like this, just limp like a noodle. I was
Oh,
like, I demonstrated. Here's the one that's not steamed, and here's the one that is steamed. It was like night and day. You would thought
huh.
it was Lion Brand or something expensive. Well, not that's not expensive, but more expensive yarn
I
than
wonder if one of the days we should bring in a hand steamer and have like different fabrics, like different types of yarn samples, and then just show what they're like steamed and not steamed.
You're right. Bring a bunch of granny squares. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I did do a steam a couple of months ago, and they were impressed because I showed how to actually do it, but I don't think I demonstrated the actual drape of it. So you're right. That would probably be a good idea to do that.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. When you see what it does, it would be it's great to do on these shirts too, because you see how drapey this is and how flowy this looks. Look at that. Okay. It's not doing this, but
Mhm.
once I steam that, it will. It gets probably, I would say a quarter of it will get larger.
Mhm.
It kind of sets the stitches together so they're more compacted. Oh, not like felted, but they hang on to each other. The fibers kind of bind a little bit, but
Okay.
it'll get like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll get really kind of wiggly and all that kind of stuff. So
So, how many rows do you think you're going to add to the sleeves to have it come as long as you want it to be?
let me look at this guy over here. Let's see. Uh, 4 or 5 rows.
You think?
Yeah, I'll let you know
Okay.
how many when I get them
Okay.
done. Yeah, probably
Okay.
4 or 5 rows, and then me. It's just me. I'm not a again a to me it feels like a raw edge, the top of the double crochet.
Right.
Even though it's not. I mean, I could leave it just like that, but I will probably do a border around the edge of my sleeves. Um,
Mhm.
I like to do the twisted single crochet.
Okay.
I have a single crochet I like where it puts almost like a little, it looks like you did something to your yarn. It kind of makes a coil look right there. But I'll show you how I do it.
Okay.
Is you act like you're gonna, I gotta do my chain one. You act like you're gonna do a regular double crochet,
Right.
and before you pull it through, you twist it all the way around, and
Just,
then you pull it through.
huh. Okay.
And we can talk about that in class. I
Okay.
didn't pull it up high enough. If you don't pull it up high enough after twist it, you can't get your hook through. Okay, so then you just do it again, pull it up, twist it, and then pull it through, and it makes a little coil. Let me see. You can't see it on the white. Let me show you on this. Avalanche. All right, because you can see it in this pink. But see how it makes a little, like a bump?
Okay.
But it's kind of a little like a ridge or just a little bit. It just adds,
Hmm.
something to it. It's just not a straight edge. It just, fancy it up. Especially when I sell it to someone, I want it to look finished.
Sure.
And that's the same that I put around here. I just did a couple of rows of
Okay.
single crochet, and then I just did that because I didn't want a bulky border. It's loud enough. It didn't need
Yep.
it didn't need to get any louder. So I just did a couple of trims, and then I did that same border all the way around the bottom, all the way around there. I can, consistency makes counts. So I did that same border on top of the pockets. Yeah. So it's a nice, easy one, and I like adding a little twirl. Feels like I'm doing something.
Okay. Bring that sweater back.
Oh,
No,
you want to
wait.
see?
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
What do you
So
want to see?
let me see your side seam of
On this sweater?
body
Okay.
of the body
Okay.
of
Yeah.
that sweater.
Oh, you know what? This will show you too. See, I
Yeah.
sewed it. I sewed it together.
Yeah.
That's a good way to show you. This is my seam that I like.
Okay.
See how it goes back and forth, and it looks like a little
Right.
zipper or something.
Yeah.
And it's very clean. It's even. It's
Okay.
flat. It doesn't stick out.
Right. Okay.
That's the slip stitch opposing sides like this, going
Okay.
up like a ladder.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
that's just the one I like. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a better representation of the inside. It's nice and clean on the inside. It looks like that all the way down. So
Yeah. Good
nice,
idea.
nice and clean. Yeah, it's just, and it's fun. I like making it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, after you made 1,000 double crochets, you single crocheted around, then you
Yeah.
want to finish with something else. You know.
Yeah. You kind of want to look at something else.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I do that one. But I like that. So
Cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so now I
And
got
the
to finish
and
sewing this.
yeah, and the colors on that shirt really look good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, now everybody has to help me with this one.
Oy.
This is my next color, okay?
Okay.
It's baby blue. It's acrylic, but it has all these little sprinkles in it. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me see what the name of it is because I'm sure there's probably something cute. I don't know. It's red heart. It's probably stupid. Yeah, it is a stupid name. It's light blue speckle. It's not even fun. A
Mm-hmm.
boring name, right? Light blue speckle. Okay, Mr. Light Blue Speckle. I want a idea for this yarn. Um, I thought about an ice cream cone with sprinkles on it. Mom said a cupcake with sprinkles on it. Um, somebody said that reminds them of the carnival, but I can't see how that could be a theme. I don't know. I just couldn't. It was too broad, you know. So I got to come up with something for this, just because that's my next sweater,
Okay.
my next cardigan.
Reminds me of cotton candy.
Oh, there you go. Does that
That's
remind?
true.
How does that remind you of cotton candy? Tell
It
me.
does. It
Like
does.
the blue cotton candy.
Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
gotcha. You know what? And sometimes you're right. Sometimes the blue cotton candy has a little specks of the pink in it because they left it in the. You're right.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I like that. Okay, cotton
Mm-hmm.
candy. I could crochet a cloud, you know, that looks like cotton candy. Put on a stick.
Yeah. It would be cute if you did the cloud then in pink to contrast it. So
Yeah.
it's like pink cotton
Oh,
candy on the
there
blue.
you go. Ah, good idea. Okay, cotton candy. I do like that one. All right. Well, I posted on Facebook, so we'll see what suggestions people get me, and I'll pick a good one. But
Okay.
I started to do the starfish one, and then I saw this. I was in my stash. I didn't even realize it. And I'm looking for blue, and I come up with this. I said, "Oh no, this is first. This is first." And then see, when I sell something on Etsy, it goes into my Etsy debit card, and I just buy more yarn with it. And for some reason, I didn't spend any money, so I had a few dollars. So I bought these.
That's a nice.
I got one more in the house, but I'm gonna make some more cotton purses, the bags with the granny squares. I lined mine with little cats on it. And I bought some buckles today, so I'm gonna make some like this, but I'll probably do a pretty flower on the front of that one.
Yeah.
Make a couple more bags. I did buy the stupid cord machine. I wasn't gonna do it, but crocheting the cord when it said I had to do, it didn't say do 50 stitches. It said do 50 inches. That's a whole nother of cord. So cord, wrap, pull. So I bought the machine. So
Okay.
if it works great, I'll share and y'all can make cord. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I ordered it from Temu because it had the best one for the best price, better than Amazon, TikTok Shop, all that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I got that. So we can all play with it. Hobby Lobby had one like this, a crank one, and it was $10.99. I said, "Oh yeah, I can make cord." It was the biggest piece of junk. I took it back the next day. She says, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "It's junk." I said, "I know how to use a knitting machine," because basically what that is, it's a baby knitting machine.
Right.
I said, and that one is no go,
Uh-huh.
no go. But I watched a few videos. I know I was doing it right. It was not good. So,
Uh-huh.
but I got one of those with power, so we can make cords and I bought the D findings. It's straight across the top in the loop for the straps. And I crocheted over it on the edge of my bag and then put my loop through it and tied a knot on the other side. It turned out cute. Very, very cute. But I'll bring them next week so you can see.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
they turned out really nice. I wanted to finish making. I just kept on going. I was like, we're getting this done.
Good. Good.
Yeah, now I got the pattern memorized, so I won't have to stop for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did the lining by hand, but I changed my mind. I got 3 damn sew machines. So I decided, well, why don't you get out the sewing machine? So I cleaned the shop today. So there's my 3 sewing machine. I'm going to sew the lining for the next couple of ones. Because you can
Okay.
sew with the sew machine, it'll sew over the crochet, especially cotton, and it'll sew it right to the bag. It'll never come out.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. So if you want lining for your bag, let me know.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be, well, we'll make Footy make it. Footy, you going to line our bags?
What do you mean line your bags?
She wants you to sew them.
Yeah. When you make the small satchel, the little one with the granny square, well, you can line any of them, but it tells you to put a lining in the bag. And I did my lining by hand, and then I decided the next one I'm going to sew. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to
You
get
know
that.
what you could do too? Like I did, where I just put the one zippered pouch in the center of my
Yes.
pocketbooks, but my pocketbooks didn't have an open granny square pattern. They were a closed granny square. So
Yes.
nothing was
Yeah,
going to
I could
fall
do
through
that
those.
too, but all the bags and pouches I have are shaped like this.
Right, right,
And
right,
it's
right.
not square.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, because you're right. I had the same idea. I saved a bunch of these, and Paula gave me a bunch of these, and I was going to put them, but then I had to come up with another pattern,
Hmm.
and so I didn't. I didn't just do double. I mean, I could have just double crocheted and dropped it in, but
Right.
I liked the look of the this particular
Sure,
square.
sure.
So, but there'll be a time that I got them bags over there.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm spoiled because I have a room where I can save all this crap. Without this room, I would be nothing. But yeah, I'd have a bunch of tubs stacked up under my RV. But
I hear you.
yeah, since I got this room, I could put everything in it, and it's pretty organized right now. But so I have about 10 bags that I could make something with, but I just haven't ventured that direction because I just didn't. I'm a realist too. Um, I I try to stick to crochet items and just crochet only. I don't like to. I try not to add too much that's not crochet to the project.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, I did just recently buy some glasses, and I have slippers and some shoes, and I'm going to crochet something, and I'm going to put the glasses on it on this crocheted whatever it is. I like the glasses and the shoes, so I'm going to make a little animal or a doll or something and put it on there. But usually I wouldn't put anything on there.
Mm-hmm.
But growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Which is kind of funny and ironic, but still, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I saw you use your purse today. You're carrying it around. So you're using your purse in the wild.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I've been using it.
That's good.
It's not bad. It's working.
Yeah, yeah. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's great. Is that the first and second purse you've made? Those two that you did?
I've done a couple of like a market bag.
Ah,
I've done a flat basket, but I did wire in the outside edge so the outside edge comes up. I've always been um adventurous as far as making things goes. Comes
That's good.
from my mother's side of the, well, both sides of the family, but
Well,
not my.
I'm looking at all the sites have them. Walmart, Temu, Amazon. They have purse bottoms that already have all the holes punched in them and the
Yeah.
little feet and everything. And I've been looking at those. I'm thinking that, that might be my next go for a purse. I really
Mhm.
like the round ones where they go round up and then they kind of almost make the top like a lunch bag. They fold it in a little bit with a drawstring.
Okay.
I thought that might be cute, and of course they add tassels and stuff like that, and it
Mhm.
it, it looked really nice. I like that. So that's on our summer vacation project, or that might be my Paula's Puerto Rican vacation bag, and we might be making it when I get ready for my Puerto Rican stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I got to find me some Puerto Rican colored yarn so I can,
I'm sure you can
we'll
do.
see. Oh, I'm gonna do it. No doubt about that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be all crocheted up. Yeah. Well, Midge brought me that shirt. You see that shirt that Midge brought me? Were you
Mm-mm.
there that day?
It's
Midge's
really nice.
Yes, Midge's friend went to a thrift store, and it was in a bunch of stuff that she purchased. She didn't I don't think she really thought she was getting it, and she said, ask Midge, hey, you go to crochet class, maybe one of your crochet people will like it. It is exactly what my brain has been telling me I needed for my Puerto Rican vacation. Somebody made it. It is not machine made. It is handmade because
Oh,
because
I
it
know
is.
which one you mean. The white sweat, the white.
Yes, it is
Yes.
lightly crocheted.
Yeah.
And
Fully.
that's why you can tell because it's not super tight and it's
Right.
got flowy. Yes, flowy. And
Beautiful.
it turned out so great. So whoever gave that to the thrift store, thank you very much. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna
They
wear
were
it.
they were giving it to Midge for Midge to give to the thrift store, but Midge looked through it
Oh,
first.
oh, okay.
Said,
That's how
I'll
that
look
went.
through this stuff first, see what I want.
Okay. Well, and she was said somebody's gonna want this.
Oh yeah.
I try to put it out there if I need something or want something, so y'all know if it comes across. And she
Uh-huh.
did, and I'm sure that's what she was thinking. Then
Oh yeah.
Apollo will want this, and I did. I wanted that. I'm honored to have it because I know how much
That's
work
true. It's
somebody put into
true.
that shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, poodles, knock it off over there. I tried to leave them in the house, but they said, nope, you're going to be in the shop for a minute. We're coming too. So here they come.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one of them is blind. Do you know how much work a blind dog is? And my house has stairs. So sometimes I have to convince him to go down the stairs. He's like, no, go down the stairs. No. Then it's like this opposite going up the stairs, go up the stairs. So he'll like touch the first and then he'll go, okay, okay, I got the rhythm. He'll get up. But sometimes I have to like push him down the stairs. Do it. I got stairs at the couch. Sometimes I'll call him and he'll just freeze in the yard. I don't know where I'm going. He'll just stand there.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that goat movie where the goats just freeze and then they fall over? That's my dog. He's totally frozen, stiff as a board. He can't move. I have to go all the way out into the yard. Now my property is an acre big, so I have to go all the way out, go find that dog who's stand there like this. I'm lost.
I don't know which way to go.
No. And then like earlier today, there was a branch on the ground, and I try to go around go around the branch, and then he bumps into it, and then he's like, "Oh!"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Don't crash into the branch." You know how that goes. You say no. I crash into the
Mm-hmm.
branch, but blind dog. So there it is. All right. So we're gonna sew up the sides of our shirt. We're gonna work on our sleeves, and
Okay.
maybe start to decide what we're gonna do on the bottom. We could actually do it together at the bottom next week, and then we're almost done with our shirts. So,
Cool.
and then I can demonstrate steaming as Natalie has suggested. Y'all can
Okay.
watch me steam my shirt. How easy it is. Now I've been watching on I spent $18. Not a lot, but I bought a steamer. Love it. It's a travel size. But then I watch on Marketplace, I see these big giant ones so that I could go down. And I used to like doing everything hanging, but now I'm steaming, including my granny squares. Now I want to be down. Now I want one of these, the $25 ones with the go down and the big tank and the hose. And I don't know what I would do with it. But
Uh-huh.
but I want to steam down, and the kind I've got right now, when you tip it, it leaks out
Oh.
hot water, and you're like gonna burn yourself. But
Hmm.
so I'm trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
But so if you know anybody who's selling a steamer,
Okay.
I'm in the $25 range.
Okay.
I'm cheap, but I need it to go flat like this.
Okay.
So, all right, Footy, you got any questions?
No, but I'll probably bring everything on Tuesday.
Okay, how's your shirt going?
I need to do the next row. I finished 3 rows on the other side. The other side, I think I'm done. So
Okay.
I have 2 more to go with a different color.
Oh,
And
hold
then
it up so I can see.
so then
Yeah. Can I see too?
then I just have to try it on to see.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Nice.
There, I can't get that to show there.
So
Yeah.
what color are you going to use to close it up? To seam it together.
Well, if this is good enough, then it'll be the light blue.
Okay. Okay.
If it's not, if I have to add another color, which I'll probably do gray,
Okay.
or white, maybe I'll do white. And then I would definitely, if I do that, then I will definitely, oops. Definitely I will do, the same color.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the same color unless you're trying to be loud. So you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because I don't want it to be.
I know. Loud. Well, you don't want it to be too crochet. My daughter is what is she? 28 years old, and her vision of crochet is, she says when she sees crochet in her brain is of course the granny stitch, but it's the all the colors and all the squares and all the pattern. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and in her brain that's what crochet is. So
Okay.
when I make something and I show it to her and she looks at it and she goes, "Oh, well, that's cute." I'm like, "Okay," opposed to, "Is the rest of ugly?" She's just, she didn't imagine in her mind, because she doesn't follow crochet, she didn't see the evolution of it. You know what I mean? To her, it still
Right.
looks like 1970s scrap yarn
Granny
sweater.
square. The
Yeah,
color.
granny square or scrap
Oh,
yarn. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what her brain would tell her about crochet. And I
Yeah.
said, "No, honey, it's not that way anymore." So,
No.
okay, mom, because she'll see a couple of things. She goes, "Oh, well, I would wear that." Well, I made 2 custom shirts for a young person who's probably 25, maybe 24.
Uh-huh.
And I let my daughter try it on because they're close in size, and she goes, "Oh, well, I would wear this," and I was like,
Oh,
"What do you mean you wouldn't wear the rest of the stuff?"
yeah.
So yeah, so color and shape and design, those are all important. A little bit of
Mhm.
structure. That's why when I made the strawberry lemonade sweater, I went with a little cropped sweater, a little shorter sleeve, so that it's
Right.
not, because an older person's going to have one that covers their bottom and covers the front tight and comes up around their neck, and long sleeves, where
Mhm.
that's not what a young person's going to wear. So
Right.
try to make it a little bit, less, stuck in one age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, evolve.
Or the same style, like the
Right.
granny squares used to be. If you were making a blanket in the 70s, every single what do I want to say, round was a
Yeah,
different color,
absolutely. And it would be
you know?
no color that was like, it wasn't like rainbow colors or anything.
Right.
It was just like mass colors. They didn't color brown and blue and yellow and orange
Right.
and green, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't put them in matching. They would just pick up a ball of yarn and go for it. They didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no rhyme or reason.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody had one of those kind of
Blankies.
blankets when and it
Yeah.
always hung on the back of the couch.
Yeah.
And
I
had
remember.
fringe.
I remember making one. I do.
Oh, did you
So,
make one like that?
yeah.
Did you put
Yeah.
fringe on it too?
No.
Yeah, I always.
I think I kind of scalloped the edge on it because I didn't want fringe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, scallop's nice, but
Yeah.
that would be the next. Yeah, scallop or fringe. Yeah,
Mhm.
isn't that funny? Yeah, crochet is not the same. You need
No.
to watch anybody in Asia doing crochet,
Hmm.
because the Spanish ladies too are doing well, the Mexican ladies, they're doing such precise and tight and detailed. Some of the flowers they make, their
Mm,
amigurumi, gorgeous.
good.
So yeah, so if you ever just want to sit around and watch somebody crochet, and it's very good. We got a
Uh,
long ways to go.
That's okay.
I
I'm
know,
okay
we're
where
having
I'm at.
fun, right? As long as we're having fun.
That's right.
All right, well, it's time to go.
All righty.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Natalie, for joining. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.
Thank you, Natalie.
Bye.
Nice to
Alrighty.
see your smiley face. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Later. Bye.